I'm Ricky Racklin, and it's Rock of Love 2 reunion time.
Love.
8 months ago, we gathered on this very stage with the ladies of the first Rock of Love. Bret was reunited with his winner, Jess.
I think you made the wrong decision.
And we were all kind of a little bummed out that things didn't work out, so it's time to move on. Bret did it in true rock and roll style. He picked himself up, brought together another group of gorgeous women to see if this time one of them could be his true Rock of Love. Tonight, we'll relive the people and events that made the season so unforgettable, and we'll reunite him with the girl he chose to see if his long search for love on TV might finally have worked out in the real world. But first, please welcome the women of Rock of Love. Jackie, Ina, Ashley, Roxy, Aubrey, Angelique, Catherine, Corey, Nikki, Aaron, Courtney, Jessica, Daisy, Peyton, Destiny, Missy, Megan, Christy Joe, and of course, Bret's right-hand man, Big John. Ladies, welcome back. You all look awesome. Let's welcome the man that has made this crazy journey possible. He's got 15 top 40 singles, over 25 million records sold worldwide, and 2 seasons of one of the most popular shows on VH1, the one and only rock and roll icon we call Bret Michaels.
Ricky, how you doing, brother?
How are
you? Doing good, man. How you doing?
Beautiful, smoking. Woo! Obviously, America made this show a monstrous hit. It was so big that even Saturday Night Live and David Letterman got into the act by parodying you and a few of the girls. How was it watching that?
You know, growing up as a fan of Saturday Night Live, I thought it was awesome. When they came out with that parody, I thought it was completely killer and pretty accurate. Except for the missing leg, it was pretty good.
Peyton, how did you feel when you saw the Saturday Night Live bit?
I mean, it freaked me out a little bit, but I think Bret and I knew that we were attracted to each other. We might not have had that connection in the big way, but...
I think I even got a little FaceTime. If I'm not mistaken, I think we got a little...
Was there ever a point in the show...
I never said FaceTime. I never...
You just said it now?
I never said it. I just said it, but I never said it.
No matter how crazy the imitators got on the show, nobody could match the real insanity inside the house. Insanity that was helped along by the funniest French import since Pepe Le Pew. I'm, of course, talking about Angelique. We shall take a look, no?
I had my breasts done twice, because first time I didn't like them because it was too small. My nose, my lips, and my teeth.
John, it's a good second season, John.
I think that Frenchie looked like a blowfish on acid.
I want to have some sex with Bret in this pool. Beauty is only skin deep, you know. And I was so excited because I'm a stripper, so this is my atmosphere. I'm gonna be a stripper right now.
When Angelique got on the stripper pole, I seriously just wanted to puke. She made it so that I don't ever want to walk into a strip club for the rest of my life.
These girls, they should better be worried, because when I'm gonna to win a date with Bret, I'm gonna to fuck him so good, he's not gonna to like look at everybody else when he's coming back.
Hold on, don't move. I'm thinking this girl is either just straight up hot, sexy exhibitionist or possibly a screw loose.
At Ivan Kane's 42, darling, we don't get naked.
I'm sorry, but I cannot keep my clothes on. I'm French.
Shame.
Angelique, come up here. Have a seat. If the idea to be on the show was trying to have Bret fall in love with you, and maybe I'm wrong here, Bret, but do you think rather than just getting on the show and showing the world everything right away, if you kind of held back a second, played a little bit hard to get?
I mean, does it really surprise you? I cannot keep my clothes on, right?
Here's what I love about Angelique. She doesn't have a malicious bone. Her attitude
And we saw all her bones.
Yes, I did.
And out of all the bones we saw, I didn't see a malicious one.
I know, I didn't see it. There was a couple. I enjoyed Angelique a lot. We had a good time.
For you, there were some positive things in the show. Are there any regrets?
No, I don't really have regrets, you know. The only thing is, like, when I was watching the show, I learned a lot about the girl, but I just want to say, like, Aubrey, I really think you are fake. On seriously, you talk about me, but did you see yourself? You look like a rat on crack, and you need a triple big.
I'm sorry, guys, I don't understand. I'm sorry, everybody. What was she saying?
You're so fake.
Are you speaking English?
Bitch, you're so fake.
Fake.
Kiss my perfect babies.
That's fake too, dude.
Can you do that for me?
Fake ass.
Nice.
You have a penis. You're a fucking she-man, dude.
Yeah, whatever. Shut the fuck up.
I can say this. I have seen Angelique up close on several different occasions. And I can clear one thing up. She is not a she-male. It is all... It is all
That's
real.
funny, we get a lot of press with that. But you
Yes.
know, it's like, take it or leave it. Hate me or love me, you know, you still talk about me.
Since the show did end, from what I hear, you stopped dancing. And I guess that's something I say congratulations.
It's kind of sad I stopped dancing because I love to be a stripper and I really like, you know, like to be naked and everything. And I had to retire because everybody wants to just hang out with me because they saw me on TV and it doesn't work this way when you're a dancer. But I would like to do my last dance for you, Bret.
Bring it. Bring it on. Do we have music? Do we have strip music?
Thank you, Angelique, so much for what was not only exciting, it was c'est magnifique. Stick around. Welcome back to Rock of Love 2 Reunion. Bret, you eliminated several girls because you feared that they couldn't hang with a rocker, but you also got rid of one because you feared that hanging with a rocker, really any rocker, was all that you wanted to do. Let's take a look.
Destiny is rock and roll, and I love that.
Stretching is good.
I'm here for Bret 100%.
That will help you actually.
I think Destiny's biggest strength is her sexuality. Whoa. If you want to be with Bret, you gotta know how to party.
Seeing you face to face is like a dream come true for me. I had you plastered on your pictures.
We got it.
I am not a Psycho fan. Woo, yeah!
She was becoming Destiny, the super fan. But I'm seeing her come alive, loving Bret Michaels as the rock star. I'm worried that she's not gonna love Bret Michaels off the stage.
I wasn't sure if you had completely given your heart to Bret.
I'm not gonna fucking be like, yeah, I'm in love with you, Bret. I don't know him in that way.
Would you still be here if it was like John Bon Jovi? Or is it that you're here because it's Bret Michaels?
Dude, I can't answer that.
Destiny, come on up here.
Hi, Bret. How are you, honey? Hi, Ricky. Good, how are you?
I do have to ask you. Whoa. I do have to ask a question, though.
Shoot.
You go to a lot. You've seen Poison play. You've seen Bret Michaels play. You've probably
Several
seen
times.
a lot of bands play. And the comment was sort of brought up, you know, about being a groupie. Do you have any type of response to something like that?
I definitely am not a groupie. I love the rockers, but I feel like you need a girl, a woman that understands the lifestyle, and I've been around it quite a bit, and I think some of the girls maybe weren't
ready for the way it is on the road and all the women around. And
I don't think you're a psycho groupie. I think you're just a girl that loves rock
better
music.
not.
I don't think it.
Throughout the show, it seemed like it was so quick for so many of these girls to say, I love Bret Michaels, I love you, Bret. And...
Duh.
And...
Whatever.
Because you said, look, I'm not in love with you yet. Do you kind of regret being that honest?
I absolutely do not regret saying that because that's how I really felt. And I spent maybe a total of 2 hours alone with this man in the house. I was there for almost a month. And I care about you, and I think you're an awesome guy, and I'll always be a fan of yours. But had we had more time, I may have fallen in love with you.
Right.
And like I said, I will never know.
There was certain people in the house, a couple, that needed a little more emotional attention, right? I don't mean
Right.
that. And I'm just saying that, and
But
I
it
was...
wasn't fair to the rest of us, though, Bret, because
I-
we were all there for you.
She was, though.
Good girl.
One of the things that I thought was really cool on the show was that you brought your father in. And it seemed like your father, from I know me and my friends, we all ride motorcycles, and we saw your dad on it, and it was like, that'd be a cool guy to kind of hang out with and ride bikes with.
Yeah, heard mom and dad were awesome people, and you know, we got a chance to go out and ride, and we took them out on a Harley ride, which I think inevitably we talked about that would be.
We got a clip of it.
Oh, we do.
Oh, yeah, let's take a look.
How you doing, folks?
Oh, we're Destiny's family.
What's up, Mom and Dad? Oh, my God.
Hello, how are you doing?
Hey, very nice to meet you, man. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, it's a pleasure.
Thank you very much. Destiny's parents seem very hippie-ish, biker hippie-ish. This is gonna be good.
What would you like to drink? Anything at all?
I would like a White
Isis is on
Russian
its
if
way.
you have one.
No problem. Yourself? Anything?
I got a Pepsi.
You got a Pepsi? You don't drink it all?
No, don't drink it all.
Diabetic or?
No, actually, I have cancer,
Do you really?
liver cancer.
Well, I'm really sorry to hear that. Did
Yeah,
it?
they gave me till March.
For real? Wow.
I wanted to show you. Look, this is my bike. I just had it built
me
this
see.
year.
Oh man, this is a beautiful bike.
Yeah, I've loved Harleys from the word go. I think I was born
Right.
with it in my blood.
I can definitely relate to Tommy right now. I like him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Good morning.
Morning.
I have plans for you today. I know you love to ride, so we got you a killer bike today. It's going to be awesome for a great ride. Nothing better for the soul than a good ride on a bike, right?
And give me something to believe in. Oh, you know to ride. Give me something to believe in.
It's a nice bike. Shall we ride?
It's so cool to see my dad riding a motorcycle with Bret.
Bret's a wild spirit, and I had an awesome time.
Give me something to believe in.
As we can tell, it was a very emotional watching that clip. It seemed like your father had just an incredible time.
That was a very special day for all of us, and one that I'll never forget, and I know that he'll never forget. But unfortunately, my father passed away about 2 weeks ago, and the cancer had spread to his brain, and it just took him out. And but I know he's in a better place now, and I just want to thank you, Bret, for giving him that special day, and something that I'll always hold close to my heart.
You guys.
Well, Destiny, I want to thank you for talking about that. As we go to commercial, we're going to be putting up a number for anyone who wants to make a donation in honor of Destiny's dad. And Destiny, thank you so much for sharing your story with us. And when we come back, we'll attempt to unravel the complicated web of drama and emotion that enmeshed our girl, Christy Joe, and nearly snared Bret Michaels as well. Come on back.
Give me something to believe in.
Welcome back. On this season's Rock of Love, there was crying, there was screaming, doors being slammed, bags being packed, and nearly all of it came from just one girl. Let's take a look at Christy Joe's turbulent ride through the House of Rock.
I've always put myself out there. That's the one thing I'm not good at. I think too much with my heart, and that's my problem.
You have 2 marriages.
Yeah. I'm still going through my annulment right now.
Hi-oh.
I'm still legally married. Legally married. Well, first we had the restraining order, and then August 15th, I filed the annulment papers. I mean, it was a month into the marriage.
How was the date?
You kept talking about Christy Joe. He thinks you're not here for him.
Oh, I just want to fucking throw. I'm so pissed. I cannot believe he fucking said that about me. No, get the fuck out of here.
Who do you think is here for the wrong reasons?
Christy Joe. That's bullshit. I just feel totally betrayed.
You always say what you fucking want to say, dude. Always.
Do you want to fucking answer or not?
Yes.
Are you fucking here for me or not? Hello? What are you doing, packing your shit?
I can't sit here and be fucking fed to the wolves every fucking day and be attacked every fucking day. They do it every fucking...
I love crazy girls, but this one may be a little too crazy for me. She is a dramatic roller coaster ride.
Why are you still here? Didn't you have your fucking bags packed and you're just gonna fucking leave without saying goodbye? How is that fair?
Is there anything you want to tell me?
I started the process already with certain people at home.
Right.
He's like, so what does that mean, that we're getting a divorce? And I said, yes.
Whoa, unbelievable. I guess that means she had lied about when the relationship with her husband ended.
You know, I'll always be honest with you.
Would you continue to stay here in his house and rock my world?
I just have a lot of stuff at home that I gotta take care of.
And I couldn't take care of that with you.
I need to go home and take care of my business.
Hallelujah! Christy Joe is gone, yeah!
Christy Joe, come on up here. Before we start, I think we're probably going to need a box of Kleenex, maybe some Prozac up here. This is the thing that I don't understand, what you're going on a reality show for, looking for love. No, when you're married. That's what I don't understand. You were married going on this show.
For the record, I was separated. There's hundreds of people in America that
True.
date people when they're separated. I don't think I'm a bad person, and I'm not going to be judged.
So I suppose that now you're single, right?
No, I was numb in my marriage for so long, and you know, going on here, that was the first time I actually started feeling like feelings again, and it was hard. And you know, he said after watching the show, this is the first time I realized I was going to lose you, and he did a 180, and I committed to him for 6 months of our counseling.
So you're still married?
Can I finish? I committed to 6 months to him that at the end of the 6 months, after we go through all of our counseling, that if we decide that we want to part ways after we've done everything, then we'll go from there.
Everybody's like nodding their head. I don't know why this just seems so weird to me. So basically,
it
does. Okay, but you were separated. You went on this show to find love with Bret Michaels. Things didn't necessarily work out, but I guess the marriage wasn't that bad because now you're back together with him trying to make the marriage work. And it took the Rock of Love to show him and you, hey, we can make this thing work. Little did you know what a great counselor you were, Bret Michaels.
Thank you.
We got the marriage together. I'm totally confused on this whole thing.
They weren't trying to work things out, though, at that time.
Yeah,
at all.
I wasn't with him at the time, and also the girls should be thanking me because I got out of their way and I let them have it because I was conflicted.
Well, you let them have it. So if you would have stayed, Bret would have picked you, you're saying?
No. I'm just saying that I didn't want to waste the other people's time who knew that they were ready.
Daisy, I think that you wanted to say something.
I'm wondering why it was that you never really sort of addressed her marriage in a way that you addressed me with me living with basically my roommate that just happened to be my ex-boyfriend.
I did. I laid into Christy Joe hard and big time. I was confused. One time the story, I was hard.
And you laid into her big time.
I was no different with you than I was with her. Unfortunately, you don't get to see that because when I spoke to you alone. And when I spoke to her alone about it. In your situation, Daisy, you had a boyfriend. You were still living with him. I may be wrong, but still sleeping in the same area and or bed? Or...
No, actually, we weren't sleeping in the same area or same bed, and that's what, you know, really just upset me is because no one ever let me explain my situation, and it was just sort of an attack.
Daisy,
can we talk
do
about
you
me?
live with your boyfriend?
No, I don't.
Are you married and do you live with your husband? This is what I see going on. I'm not gonna get everybody to hate me now, but it looked like the typical rock star girlfriend that here you are going after a girl that isn't 100% available, and there's a lot of drama there and maybe a little bit psycho, and you want that because she doesn't want you 100%, and it's going back and forth, and then there's just so many issues that you gotta say,
There's
hey,
a
you
lot
know,
of psycho,
I'm gonna cancel the subscription, I don't want any more issues.
No. But it's not about that. No.
I want to make a point real quick. I'm sorry, I just have to say this. I heard that the reason really that you had left is because you knew that exes were coming on, so that was your thing that you were like, oh fuck, I'm gonna be fucked. Because obviously...
How would I know that?
Who wouldn't? I mean, if I was married-ish, whatever.
Married-ish.
Yeah, but Daisy, she also put down on there his name and number, and who the hell would do that with someone that they're in love with, you know, except for Megan?
One thing that I'm noticing is that not everybody was out to get you, Christy Joe, and obviously you see somebody right now that did have your back, and that's Aubrey.
No, the whole time.
I think it definitely is a beautiful relationship that you have, and we've put together a special tribute about the relationship with Christy Joe and Aubrey. Let's bring Aubrey back up here right now. Let's take a look, shall we?
Let's have a look.
You switching to girls? I'm just kidding.
Aubrey and I, we have pretty intense conversations and we get closer, and the feelings just seem to keep growing.
I wish I could have gone on your date with you. That would have been fun. I wish you were too. I told you, I wish it was me and you, and your hair smells good.
I, at that moment, looked over at Christy Joe, and my heart just fell out of my body. Do you know that I love you? I know you're like trying to talk me into it, like, but I just know I can't. I deserve to be with someone who wants to be with me. Like, if I can't fucking give it all, I can't. I really want you to stay.
I'm sorry, I'm just sorry.
No. Christy Joe's my best friend, and I just can't watch someone I care about hurt like that.
I feel like my heart's breaking. I just don't want to be without you. You're such an amazing, amazing person. This is the last thing I expected coming out of this, you know what I mean? You know how hard it's gonna be for me to say goodbye.
It's hard to be that emotional and that raw with someone. It's all I can think about.
Will you marry me?
Yes. I am just ecstatic. I really couldn't imagine being without her. That girl's amazing.
Maybe it was a woman at my work.
Christy Joe.
That is the funniest shit.
I watched the show. I don't remember that. Did you have any idea that stuff was going on in your house?
That is the hottest shit I've ever seen, dude.
Oh my God.
Give me some good threesome in there.
Oh,
wasn't like
I'm losing it.
He did keep asking you for a threesome, and you said no.
This is true.
I said
Not
no?
into threesomes.
She said no, and that's why you eliminated her.
I know.
You know,
But I was just being brutally honest.
At what point during the show did you decide that you and Christy Joe were going to kind of team up?
We decided that we wanted to be roommates from the get-go because we just were feeling each other. You know, plus I also felt that Bret wasn't into me.
If they're gonna make out, I'm
Hold on
hanging.
a second. Maybe now I know why you weren't there entirely for Bret.
I'm totally kidding. So I
Damn it.
Sorry, Bret. Sorry, I'm sorry, we're straight.
We
are so
that is the
platonic
hottest
friends,
shit
and
I've ever
that's
seen.
it. I've never kissed her. We don't walk down the street holding hands.
Please. Shh. Hey, don't.
We got a lot of people fantasizing right now. Let's just keep it on the DL. All right.
That was some good. And you know what's funny? When we got off the show, a lot of people thought that her and I, our relationship,
Just
that we
stop
were
right
gay.
there. I still want to keep on thinking that.
Yes.
When we come back, we're going to be sitting down with the girl who won Bret's heart and the girl who spent her last night in Mexico alone. But first, here's our favorite rocker of love, Peyton, performing a song she wrote about her time in the house. It's called We Rock for Love. Let's give it up for Peyton.
Wow.
Desperate Measures. And in Rock of Love 2, it was when Bret dropped Heather back into the house. Heather.
Body
I gotta be honest with you, they made more noise when Heather came out than you came out, Bret Michaels. I just wanna let you know that. Maybe it was me making more noise.
I think
for
it
her.
was.
Tell me how the girls of season 1 compared to the girls of season 2.
I don't know. I just think the girls from season 1, there was a lot more realness and not so much fake, desperate, followers.
It seemed to me
but not everybody, though. Like, I love Destiny. That's my girl. I think you made the show awesome. I love you. I think you're the shit.
And how about Daisy? Daisy's your girl, right?
Don't know her.
Well, you seem to be...
I don't know her. I just know the things she does.
You seemed at times that you were pretty hard on Daisy.
I don't know why I'm getting blamed for her, the things she's done in her life. You know what I mean? All I did was bring those to the table. That's all I did.
Except for when you hit her in the face with the bottle, but that's...
It wasn't a bottle. That was editing. That was actually just Red Bull.
Editing?
That was 2
Hold
bottles.
on.
That was...
Let's take a look.
I give you Heather. Hello, baby girl.
Holy crap. It's Heather.
Take your shirt off. I love it.
Heather's only been here for 10 minutes, and already she has us taking our tops off. She's wild. I love her.
Bring it on. Oh, good God. Oh, Daisy. Daisy and I's chemistry was hot from day 1, but is that all we have? In an effort to get to know you better, I have some very special guests. Brother, how you doing?
This is Daisy's ex, Charles.
I'm really nervous right now. There's something really huge that I haven't told Bret about Charles.
What's going on? What is your ex-boyfriend going to tell him that I need to know?
We still live together.
Don't roll your eyes at me, bitch. You live with your ex-boyfriend. You guys are goo-goo gaga eyes.
How do you know that I'm
Because
gaga eyes over
I'm
here?
sick.
If I was, then why the fuck you?
You're not going to be with my friend. I'll be damned!
Thank you. This is why I love you. You got these girls to finally go over the edge.
Fuck up.
I feel that if there's anything else that you want to tell me, anything.
Obviously, I'm a fan of your band.
Right.
There was a period about a couple years ago where I actually had befriended Cece.
Are you here for the right reason? I hope that you are.
I am fucking here because I fucking want love. I want fucking somebody to fucking appreciate me. And it sucks because of all this fucking trauma and it hurts.
You know how much I love you and care about you, but I gotta tell you, this tour ends here.
Bret just eliminated me. And it sucks because I love him. I'm fucking in love with him. I just want to curl up in a ball and eat a lot of ice cream.
Daisy, come on up here.
How are you doing?
I'm doing.
You look beautiful. Sit down.
Thank you.
You guys are gonna be best friends in minutes. Trust me.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Daisy, the last time that we saw you, you were kind of left alone on the beach in Mexico. You look like you're still pretty bummed out.
Yeah, I mean, that was a really, really hard thing. And I definitely, had a hard time getting over it, and it really hurt me, It was something that, I opened myself up, and it sucks to let your guard down and then have someone reject you. You always talked about us not being able to make a connection, and that it was only a physical connection. And when we were in the lingerie shop, that's something that sort of pissed me off because, I was trying to get to know you the best way that I could. And you sort of just shut that off and just saw me as lingerie or whatever, and so, it sort of upset me because, I am more than that. There is more to me than just a physical appearance or whatever.
Here's the thing. I never looked at you and said that's all it could ever be. Unfortunately, at the end, when Charles hit and all the other things hit, it was too many unanswered questions.
Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to say is that when we were in Mexico, and it was like, you know, sort of our last time together. And, you know, we slept together.
Oh, but you hooked up with him the whole time.
Yeah, you know what? I did because I couldn't help. Okay, let me finish. It's really freaking important to me. As a girl, being vulnerable at the end of that night, that last night, you could have just said to me, hey, let's cuddle and just spend the rest of the time together. But instead, felt like you were taking advantage of me, taking advantage of my vulnerability and my feelings, and you ultimately sealed the deal.
I'm just a man, damn it,
I'm not just some fucking chick that he can just sleep with. You know, I'm not.
You shouldn't act like that.
You know what? I didn't act like that. I acted the way.
Take it easy. Take it easy.
I don't have any slutty ass
Yes,
actions.
you're a fucking dirt whore.
Okay,
You
yeah,
get
I'm a
30
dirt
seconds.
whore. He fucking kicked her ass to the curb.
Oh my God, you can't stop. You can have my leftovers.
Whatever, Stevie Nicks.
I didn't ruin your life.
Time
Your
out.
slutty ass actions
Heather,
ruined
hold
your
on.
fucking life.
Stop. Stop. For 1 second. Stop.
She's just a fucking follower.
No,
She
stop.
wants
Okay, blah, blah, blah. Stop
Yeah,
for a second.
Yeah, you do.
Sweetheart, you couldn't pay me enough to be
Please.
you.
Oh, really? Then why do all your photo shoots look like mine? Why you got your hair curly like mine?
About, bitch, I fucking own my shit. I fucking look like this long before I ever knew who the fuck you were. Oh my God, help her! Fuck you, bitch. No,
You came at me, though.
I'm fucking off this shit. No, fuck this shit.
You always take her side.
I'm not really sure what just happened. I know that Heather and Bret went that way, and Daisy went that way, and this is the only remnant that's left. Stay tuned, there's more of Rock of Love 2 Reunion. You're gonna wanna watch this. Welcome back. Here's the understatement of the world. Things got a little bit out of control last time, but we didn't want to leave things the way they were. And Daisy has gotten herself back together, and she looks just as great from when she first walked up. Daisy, I want to thank you for coming back out here, and obviously you're a hell of a girl.
Thank you.
But it didn't appear that you were Bret's Rock of Love because fate seemed determined that Bret and Amber find love. Let's take a look back at that experience.
I've got the last pass. Can you come down here, please?
I'm going home, and I'm bummed.
Would you continue to stay in this house and rock my world?
I think it would be better if I would go home and give another girl a chance.
Amber, if you would come down here, please. Amber, would you be willing to stay in this house
Oh my God.
and continue to rock my world? Obviously, I don't have a pass with me right now because it's cool. Is that cool? All right. Awesome.
Can I hug you?
Yes, you may.
Yay! Wait.
I have a second chance, and I am motivated, and I'm going for what I want, and that's Bret.
In the quest for Bret's heart, I've done things that I thought I would never do. My feelings for Bret have grown so much.
Holding your hands, my feeling is that you have known each other since kind of 12th century.
Wow.
Bret and I have this amazing connection on every level, except on a physical level. It's definitely time to turn up the heat.
By the way,
Uh-huh.
for the record, I'm not wearing any underwear.
Nothing?
Cha-ching.
Check, please. You know, I've had my doubts about Amber being sexually intense enough, but now I'm starting to find her super hot.
I have such butterflies, and I'm so nervous, and it feels good.
There you lay, and here I stand.
I feel like I found the person I've been waiting my entire life for.
Remember our first dance and our first kiss. I picture my life with you to be just like this.
If Bret chooses me, I will feel complete. Sounds corny, but I will.
Amber, you are my rock of love.
All I ever needed, all I ever needed was you. You're all I ever needed.
Let's go have hot monkey sex.
Can we please?
Over my jungle.
Let's give it up for Amber.
I'm sitting with you.
Yeah, why don't you sit over there? I want to sit down.
All right, I'm sitting with her.
This is really a cool thing, and let's think about how the whole thing ended up. You almost got, like, eliminated from the very get-go.
Yeah, it was incredible. I mean, how fate works, and this has been an incredible journey. It really has.
And are you pretty much are you a firm believer of fate now?
Yeah, I am, because you know what? The truth of the matter was, the very first night, I thought she was on the phone with her boyfriend. I'd made a mistake. It was somebody else. So I was like, well, hey, listen, we all come here for different reasons. We do our thing. And I was going to let her go just for that reason. I thought she was beautiful, but I just didn't know anything about her. I'm like, listen, she's got someone at home. I'm just going to let her go, and that's that. You know what I mean? And no offense, we didn't know each other enough to be upset. And how weird is fate that the two of us ended up together at the end, and it just made its way through all that. That's the reason things work the way they work. You know what I mean? It is.
And this is the first time that you've seen her. What's it like seeing Amber tonight?
I love it. I love it. She looks beautiful. She looks really beautiful. and it's awesome, and I'm excited and horny and all the above. It's good. It's really good. I may have snuck her. Never mind. Go ahead.
Oh, no. It's all out the open right now. Is this the first time you've seen her since the show ended? Because that's what you're supposed to do, Bret Michaels.
Well, you know I'm a rule breaker.
Of course you are.
And that's why I'm a rocker.
And I understand.
Can I say? I may have snuck in a little boom boom. I may have snuck it in, just a little.
Tell me what happened, Amber, when you guys did see each other after the show.
He came to Chicago. He was performing, and I came to see him, and we spent some time together.
Did you get to come backstage and see what life is like backstage at a Bret Michaels show?
I did.
And what do you think?
I was, I was impressed. We,
we want to hear about this.
Well, we spent some alone time together, and he showed me his tour bus, which was really cool.
I'm a nice guy. I'm a nice guy.
Hold on. We know that Bret Michaels is a nice guy, and we know that he did monkey sex in Mexico, and everything was beautiful and romantic. But did you also get to do it kind of like rock star style and like the bus and rock? You did. Tell me. You did. Am I making you blush? Not that this vision stuck in my head, because I don't want to offend Bret now that I know how he feels about you, but when you were sitting there and you said, I'm not wearing any panties, that part in the show, that's not something you say a lot, correct?
Right.
Do you think that was more of a turn-on for you as opposed to some of the girls that just said, here it is?
It's a little from column A and a little from column B. When she says I wasn't wearing any panties, swish. It was a good, it was a good day.
Welcome back. We're here with Bret and Amber, and obviously there's a lot more to talk about, so let's get to it. When you're on the road and you get to see Bret play, and you see all these girls that, like, Bret just has to go, hey, come here. I mean, you saw what happened in the house. And when you see all those girls, is that hard for you to see?
You know, it's crazy, and, I gotta tell you, it kind of turned me on.
It did? When you see what you saw on the road with Bret and all the other girls, do you think that it would be hard for him to stay faithful?
Of course. He has women, all around him all the time, and beautiful women at that. But I think that he is at a place in his life where he's looking for something, more in depth, looking for something more than the superficial level. And I think that. And I think we talked about that, too.
Absolutely.
The great thing about this is he has a career. He's always on the road. He's very ambitious. He's very talented. I have my career. I'm always traveling on the road. And I think what I've been looking for is a partner in life and a friend and a lover and all of that. And I came into this experience with an open mind and an open heart. And I found the person I've been looking for. And I'm not disillusioned. I want us to see what happens, and we're dating, and I'm excited about that.
Me too.
So I guess what it all comes down to is, do you still want to be his rock of love, and do you guys want to try and make this thing work, leaving here?
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
This is a nice ending to a pretty chaotic show, I would think.
Yes.
But it's good to see you guys, and best of luck for both of you.
Thank you very much.
I
Thank
wanna
you,
thank
everybody.
you, Bret, and you and Amber, and all of the girls, and all you people that watched Rock of Love and made it such a huge success. Thank you very much.
My life has never been in colors of black and white. My life is, there's a lot of gray area. And I think that what you were going through was, and I openly told this to you, is a lot of that gray area. You don't know exactly what, you know, am I going back? Am I coming forward? Where you're going? For me, that's what I was trying to figure out the whole show. You know what I mean? That's what I was trying to figure out. But that's life. That's part of what makes that gray area. Do you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I live in a very gray area my entire existence, so I'm used to it. You know what I mean? And I was just trying to figure it out.